In the last video, we have solved some problems in inverse Laplace transform, and also we used the techniques like completing the square and then using partial fractions and all those things. Now let us study about convolution. See the definition. The convolution of two functions f of t and g of t, it is denoted by f of t star g of t, and it is defined in the form of an integral as follows. What is f of t star g of t? U is equal to 0 to t f of u g of t minus u du. So this is the formula, and always f of t star g of t is same as g of t star f of t. This is a property of convolution. Okay, this is not multiplication, so let us say star. F of t star g of t is this integral, and we have three type of problems by using this convolution. The first one is proving the convolution, and then the second one is finding the inverse by using convolution theorem, and this one, that is Laplace transform of convolution integral and solution of integral equations. And this is the convolution theorem statement. If L inverse of f bar of s is equal to f of t and L inverse of g bar of s is equal to g of t, then L inverse of f bar of s into g bar of s is equal to integral u is equal to 0 to t f of u into g of t minus u du. This is convolution theorem. And we know what is the right hand side. This is nothing but f of t star g of t. We are going to prove this. And since you don't have the proof for your VTU, directly I am just going to problems. So this is type 1 problem, proving the convolution theorem, or we can say verifying the convolution theorem. Actually that is a correct way. See this problem, f of t is equal to t and g of t is cos t. I have to prove the or verify the convolution theorem. What is that? L into f of t star g of t is equal to f bar of s into g bar of s. This is what I have to prove. So right hand side is very easy, finding f bar of s, g bar of s. So f of t is t. So what is Laplace of f of t? That is f bar of s, right? So Laplace of t is 1 by s square. Please write down the formula also. What is the formula? Laplace of t power n is equal to n factorial by s power n plus 1 when n is a positive integer. So 1 factorial by s power 1 plus 1, that is why we got 1 by s square. Similarly, Laplace of g of t is nothing but g bar of s, correct? So Laplace of cos t, that is my second function, the formula is s by s square plus 1. Now we got the right hand side. So right hand side is 1 by s square into s by s plus s square plus 1. So this s and this s will get cancelled, and on the right hand side I will get 1 by s into s square plus 1. So this is the right hand side, 1 by s into s square plus 1. We have to find the left hand side, and if both are equal, then the theorem is verified. So now I have to find Laplace of f of t star g of t. So what is f of t star g of t? This is a formula, u is equal to 0 to t f of u g of t minus u du. So wherever t is there, I will replace u in the first function. Wherever t is there, I will replace t minus u in the second function. So what is my first function here? T. The place of t I have written u. What is my second function? Cos t, right? The place of t I will write t minus u, so cos of t minus u du. Now you have to evaluate the integral. It is actually a simple integration by parts. So that is integral u dv is equal to uv minus integral v du. So in the place of u I have u, and in the place of dv I have cos of t minus u. So this is u, this is dv. So what is the formula? uv minus integral v du. So first I will write u, I have written that as it is. Integral of dv is v. So integral of cos t minus u is sin t minus u, and integral of and then there is one more negative sign is there. Because of that we got negative sign in the beginning. Okay. That is actually, if you see, integral of cos is plus sign only, but t minus u. So when you differentiate that, that constant will come in the denominator. So plus by minus, so that is why we have written minus in the beginning. So uv, and the limit is from u is equal to 0 to t minus integral v is this minus sine of t minus u du. Okay, minus sine of t minus u, again I am going to integrate. So I will get this function, that is minus cos of t minus u. After integration, the sign is already there, sign integration is plus cos only, and then limits are from 0 to t. Okay, these are all simple integration by parts. You can, if you solve it on your own, you can find it clearly. Because of the minus and plus sign, you may get confused, but if you solve it on your own, you will find it. And then you are applying the upper limit and lower limit, and finally you are getting this answer 1 minus cos t. Okay. When you are applying the upper limit, in the place of u you will substitute t, so that this term will become 0. When you are applying the lower limit, in the place of u you will substitute 0, so that this term will become 0. So first term will become 0, and second term you will get 1 minus cos t. Now you are going to find Laplace of 1 minus cos t, correct? Because what is the theorem left hand side is Laplace of f of t star g of t. So what you have got is f of t star g of t, and you are finding Laplace of that. So that is nothing but Laplace of 1 minus Laplace of cos t. So Laplace of 1 is 1 by s minus Laplace of cos t is s by s square plus 1, and you are getting the same answer. Hence the theorem is verified. This is type 1 problem, that is verify the convolution theorem for the following pair, like that they will give. Now we are in type 2, because verifying it's like it's a simple thing, finding the Laplace transform for the given function. Okay, extra one integration is there, that's it. So type 2 problems, definitely one problem will come for sure. So finding the inverse of Laplace transform using convolution theorem. If they have mentioned very clearly in the question that using convolution theorem, then you have to use convolution theorem. Or else if they ask find Laplace inverse, then whatever techniques that we have used so far, you can use that also. It's your wish. Okay. So now see the step. Express the given question into f bar of s into g bar of s. So one function will be given that you have to split it as two terms, that is f bar of s, g bar of s. How you will split? If you know the formula very well, then you can split according to the formula. That's the secret behind this. And the second one is find f of t and g of t, that is inverse of this. Inverse of f bar of s and g bar of s is nothing but f of t and g of t. This is step 2. And then you have to apply convolution theorem, that is L inverse of f bar of s into g bar of s. This is f bar of s and g bar of s, right? So L inverse of f bar of s into g bar of s is equal to u is equal to 0 to t f of u g of t minus u. So this is given in your question. This is what you are finding, f of t and g of t you are finding, right? From there you are going to write f of u and g of t minus u. And if you evaluate this integral, you will get the answer. So you want inverse for this function only. So if you evaluate this integral, you will get the answer. So this is the procedure. So as I told you, type 1 problem is like proving the convolution or verifying the convolution theorem, and type 2 is finding the inverse of the Laplace transform using convolution theorem. Let's see a problem. See this question. Find Laplace inverse of 1 by s square plus a square the whole square by using convolution theorem. If they have given like that, first I have to split this. What is step 1? Into two functions, that is f bar of s into g bar of s. So I told you clearly, in your formula we have s square plus a square in the denominator, not the whole square, correct? So I am going to split this. F bar of s is 1 by s square plus a square, and g bar of s is also as 1 by s square plus a square. So I can write it as f bar of s into g bar of s. So 1 by s square plus a square into 1 by s square plus a square is equal to 1 by s square plus a square the whole square. So now we have split this into two functions. We know what is f bar of s, we know what is g bar of s. Now what we have to find? We have to find the inverse for this. In this problem it's very easy, both the functions are same. If I find inverse once, then it's applicable for both the terms. Okay. So L inverse of f bar of s. What is this formula? a by s square plus a square is sin 80. Okay. So, L inverse of 1 by s square plus a square is sin 80 by a, just by using the formula. And this is same as g of t, because in my first problem I have f bar of s and g bar of s as the same function. Okay. So, step 2 is also over, finding the inverse. Now, step 3, we are going to apply convolution theorem, correct? That is L inverse of 1 by s square plus a square the whole square is equal to u is equal to 0 to t f of u. Remember the formula f of u. So, wherever t is there I will replace u, sin a u by a, sin a u by a, I have written that, into g of t minus u. In my second function g of t, wherever t is there, I am going to replace t minus u. So, sin a into t minus u. So, sin a t minus a u by a du. Okay. So, now we have to evaluate, this is a simple integration, throw out the constants a, just throw it out, 2 sin a sin b, 2 is missing, so multiply by 2 in the numerator, 2 in the denominator taken out. 2 sin a sin b, what is the formula? Cos a minus b minus cos a plus b. So, cos au minus at plus au minus cos a plus b, au plus at minus au, that is it. So, simplifying, writing au and au together as 2au, and then when you integrate cos of this term divided by the constant, integrating with respect to u, here the constant is 2a, that is coming in the denominator, minus here cos at, we are integrating with respect to u, so cos at is just a constant. So, du, if you integrate you will get u, and the limit is 0 to t. This is a very simple problem, you can just understand the concept easily. And then by simplifying we are getting this term, that is it, this is the solution. So, we are finding the inverse of this by using the convolution theorem, that is it. Now, we can see many problems, but before that I just want you to think that how we can split it into two functions. I have written many examples, 1 by s into s square plus a square. I know the formula for 1 by s, I know the formula for 1 by s square plus a square, then how we can split? 1 by s into 1 by s square plus a square. This is my first function f bar of s, this is my second function g bar of s, over. See this problem, s square by s square plus a square the whole square. Numerator s square is there, in both cos formula numerator I want only s. So, s by s square plus a square as f bar of s, again s by s square plus a square as g bar of s. Okay. Again see this term, s by s square plus a square the whole square. There are two squares in the denominator, so first you split the denominator, one s square plus a square here, one s square plus a square here. So, numerator only one s is there, for one term you write 1, for another term you write s. So, if I apply formula for this, what I will get? Sin at by a, here cos at, that is it. So, this is f bar of s, this is g bar of s. You may get a doubt, shall I write this as f bar of s and g bar of s? Yes, no problem, we can write it. So, we are just going to split this as properly two terms so that it will come in formula format, that is it. And this is a problem that we have seen now, and this is there in model question paper, s square by s square plus a square into s square plus b square. So, one s you keep for this function, one s you keep for this function. So, this is f bar of s and this is g bar of s. So, finally, you are using this L inverse of f bar of s into g bar of s is u is equal to 0 to t f of u g of t minus u. Let us see one more problem. See this, find Laplace inverse of s plus 2 by s square plus 4s plus 5 the whole square. Whole square is there, right? So, you are going to split one term to f bar of s, one term to g bar of s. Numerator s plus 2 is there, to any one term you can write it. So, f bar of s is s plus 2 by s square plus 4s plus 5 and g bar of s is 1 by s square plus 4s plus 5. Now, these type of problems you have seen already in the previous videos, that is shifting rule and all those things. So, denominator, if it is a quadratic equation, you can complete the square, right, s square plus 4s plus 4 plus 1. So, when I write plus 4, it is nothing but s plus 2 the whole square. Wait, I can Yeah, now you can see this. So s square plus 4 is plus 5, 5 I can split it as 4 plus 1, this I can write it as a plus b the whole square, that is s plus 2 the whole square, and this term plus 1 as it is. So this is your first term, s plus 2 by s plus 2 the whole square plus 1. And your second term is only denominator is there, so s plus 2 the whole square plus 1. See here, denominator also s plus 2, numerator also s plus 2. Sometimes if it is not in this form, we have changed that also. You can refer the previous class videos. And here you are going to shift back from s plus 2 to s. So wherever s plus 2 is there, I am going to write s. So I will write s by s square plus 1. I have written that. Since I shifted back, I will multiply with e power minus 2t. Remember, even if you forget the formula, I said if plus sign is there, you write minus 2t here. If s minus 2 is there, you write e power 2t. So since we have plus sign here, e power minus 2t into L inverse of s by s square plus 1. And also please mention the formula, which formula you are using. L inverse of f bar of s minus a is e power at into L inverse of f bar of s. This formula you have to write it over there. Now, so we are done with this f of t. So it is e power minus 2t into L inverse of s by s square plus 1. Now this is a direct formula. What is it? Cos t. And you won't include this inside. When I told that this, when I showed that formula, it's e power at into L inverse of f bar of s. So e power minus 2t into L inverse of s by s square plus 1. This is a direct formula cos t. And this is very easy because again same shifting back, here plus 2 is there, multiplying with e power minus st, L inverse of 1 by s square plus 1, and inverse of this function 1 by s square plus 1 is sin t. So you got f of t, you got g of t. In your previous problem, f of t as well as g of t are same, so you have to solve once to get it. But here it is different. And now you are going to find L inverse of this term. This is your question. S plus 2 by s square plus 4s plus 5 the whole square is equal to u is equal to 0 to t, f of u, right? Wherever t is there, replace it by u, e power minus 2u cos u, I have written, into g of t minus u, okay? So wherever t is there in the function g, I will replace by t minus u, e power minus 2 into t minus u sin t minus u du. This is what we have written. So f of u, g of t minus u. Please mention that formula also. So L inverse of f bar of s into g bar of s is u is equal to 0 to t, f of u, g of t minus u du. Write down the general formula and then go for it. Okay. So now we are integrating with respect to u. So happily you can throw out the constant terms outside. So here t term is also a constant. When you expand this term, e power minus 2t, here minus 2 and minus u will become e power plus 2u, correct? So e power plus 2u is there in the scene, e power minus 2t is not at all there because you are integrating with respect to u, throw that outside. And then what you will have left, e power plus 2u, already e power minus 2u is there, e power minus 2u plus 2u, e power 0, 1, it will vanish. See, the problem has shrinked so beautifully. So you have only two terms, sin of t minus u, cos u, du. So now you can use the formula 2 sin a cos b. So 2 is missing, multiply by 2, divide by 2. So multiplying by 2, I will keep it inside for formula, divide by 2, I will keep it outside. That's it. So now 2 sin a cos b formula we are going to use. Sin a is in the place of a I have t minus u, in the place of b I have u. So sin a plus b, right, t minus u plus u, plus sin a minus b, t minus u minus u. The place of a I have t minus u, in the place of b I have u, 2 sin a cos b, that formula we are going to use. So sin a plus b plus sin a minus b, this is the formula. U and u will get cancelled, sin t, sin of t minus 2u. Automatically the problem will shrink if you apply the correct formula. That's the secret over here. The convolution problem is not lengthy, it's very small. So you have to choose a problem wisely. Okay. So now we are going to integrate and apply the limit. So this is very simple, and please, integrating with respect to u, not with respect to t. Don't integrate sin t. Sin t is just a constant. Whenever I say constant is there, throw that constant outside. If you want, you can write one more step. Sin t into integral of du. So integral of du is u within the limit 0 to t, plus here u is there inside, so I cannot throw it like the previous term. So sin of t minus 2u is cos of t minus 2u, negative sign will be there in the numerator, divided by minus 2. Okay, minus 2u differentiation is minus 2, right? We will write down the constants in the denominator. That minus and this minus will become plus. So sin integration is minus cos. Because of the constant negative, this and this will get cancelled, and you got this answer. This is the solution. So like this, whenever you get any two function, you have to split it wisely, f bar of s and g bar of s, and then you have to find f of t, g of t, and then you have to use this theorem. That's it. Let's see more problems in the next video. Thank you.